What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Repeat back with you Sunday afternoon. There you see the invite already from the infamous J-Pa. And man, are we in for one hell of a treat. The Shadow Racing League is back and in full effect. This is their premiere of season number 2, starting tonight from Talladega Super Speedway. Gonna have about 15 or 16 cars on track. And man, it is great to be back. Got a brand new league, brand new logo, brand new logo for round 2 or season 2 of this league that Unforgotten Shadows started up. And boys and girls, children of all ages, just like last year, the winner or the champion of season 2 will still be able to meet up with us in Daytona come August. That's just about when this season wraps up. And as you can see on pit road, watching all these guys get ready. Fans are happy. Got a few fans in the stands. It's going to be one hell of a time. We are running under the J-Pa modified package originally created by the one and only Chain Graboid. I used to run with Chain Graboid back in Dirty Mo Racing years and years ago, and we're going to go through the field. Got a whole bunch of brand new drivers. Freak Wish Kid in that 42, he grabbed the pole from the 22 of J-Pa. J-Pa kind of little gun shy. Got up and got going. I guess he forgot about the pace lap, but that's all right. Last year's champion in that 9 is going to be King Mathers. Then we got the 16 of NNR Trip. Slow and in the way. He's going to be rocking this 19. Can't wait to call him fast and in victory lane at some point. The 20 of Yotes King. Good to see him out here as well as over on the iRacing side since the last time this league was live. The 21 of TGM Beast, he'll have one of our onboards tonight. Big thank you to Beast for that. The 7 of Boss EGO, pride of the Nassau Bahamas. He's going to be in the 7 Brant machine. The 11 of No Smoke 69. He's going to be a new guy. We'll have to see what he's capable of. 32 of NASCAR Fan 421. There is the 78 of Expert Racing. Y'all, if you like the graphic on the bottom right-hand side, which is a whole lot better than it looks like he can drive, it looks like he's actually lagged out. 88 of Unforgotten Shadows, something's happened with him as well, and it looks like there's going to be a few that have lagged out. More than likely, we're going to go ahead and back out of this and rack and stack them all back up one more time. So before that happens, let me go ahead and get out of here as well. So I definitely hope everybody out there is doing all right. Colonel's 10-piece, I finally was told who you were. Thanks for coming out, supporting Shadow and everything that he's trying to do here with these guys. And man, I hope I get to meet you down in Daytona or whoever Shadow is coming with. But man, thank you for sticking around. Savage saying, "Let's go Nuggets." Savage, good to see you back. Also wants to know, can next race be after the Cup race ends on TV? Well, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't there, Savage. Because if you start it later and you have a race that is, you're on a Sunday where it's a night race, you're running into the beginning of the Cup race. If you started earlier, you might not catch any bit of it, and you're kind of stuck either way. But yeah, it's all right. There's Expert Racing out there. Again, he's going to be out here on track, and looks like everybody lagged out. So they're going to more than likely take 2 pace laps. Or they should be able to get it back in one. They just have to remember where everybody started to go and line back up where they were. But yeah, like I mentioned, you got a brand new logo on the bottom right. I added the cancer awareness. Everybody knows about Unforgotten Shadow, or if you don't already, Unforgotten Shadow's mom was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. It took a big toll. The man had a very down and then up month again when he found out the amount of cancer in her body was very minimal, and they caught it in time. So big news. That's why you see the booth is pink. That's why you see the breast cancer awareness logo next to theirs, and that will be there all season long. I'm going to go ahead and back all the way out. Tight Racing, thank you very much for the follow. Absolutely appreciate you. This is This is normally the home for NNR, Tuesday through Thursday, as well as Monday and Friday with iRacing. But on Saturdays, it's all about turn down for what, and on Sundays here with Shadow Racing, man, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And talk about turn down for what, there is the one and only Pop Bear out there talking about loving the logo. As soon as we get back up, actually there is an invite right now, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. Get back into this. The one and only J-Pop, leader of hashtag J-Pop Militia. All right, let's get loaded in. These guys will take a lap to go ahead and get back into place. Went through most of the field, but I'll go through one more time to reintroduce you to everybody that's going to be participating. And there's quite a few, and I imagine as the league picks up a little bit more traction as the season goes on, we might see more. Right now, I think we got about 15 or 16 drivers that'll be on track. They've gone through, they did a little bit of a different kind of qualifying. They actually did tandem qualifying, much like you saw at Daytona in NASCAR just a few short years ago before they realized that was a bad idea because a lot of great cars got torn up. Let me see. I want to make sure that the booth is open. The one and only Cinepuse might be joining me here in just a little bit, but he was having some connection issues, so wasn't able to join. All right, so even though they're not in line right now, I'm going to go through the field anyway. 88 of Unforgotten Shadow, the owner and operator of Shadow Racing League. Freak Wish Kid's going to be in the 42, the 12 of Holy Nugget. There he is. 78 of Expert Racing, the 22 of J-Pod, talked about him already. The 16 of Trippy, introduced him before. Titan 007 2861, he's going to be in this 17 car. TGM Beast, again, he's going to be our sole onboard this afternoon. Kills Phenomenal in this Ream 95. Welcome to Shadow Racing. NASCAR Fan 421, we talked about him rocking that 32. Nas Monkey 69. I'll get it right one of these days. Not a big fan of the drink, but hey, that's all right. Don't have to be. The 7 of Bossy Geo. Again, the 9 of King Mathers, introduced him as last season's champion. Yes, he will be in Daytona in August. It'll be great to finally meet up with him. The 24 of Dizzy Boy. 19 of Slow and In the Way. 20 of Yotes King. 88 of Shadow. And we are back up front. So let's go ahead and grab that top car, which was the 42. And we'll get ready to kick this off. There we go. All right, so this is your pack for Dega. Not bad at all. But wait till you actually get to see the racing. They're running a package. I've been calling the J-Pop package for a while. But Shane Gravoid, a guy that I raced with a few years ago, actually came up with this. J-Pa adopted it. I'm not sure if he made any changes to it or not, but man, it creates a whole lot of great racing, and I'll introduce why as soon as we go green. 42 and the 22, they had the same exact lap time in qualifying. I'm going to guess it reverted to maybe who had the fastest first lap, and it gave it to the 42. But yeah, 42, 22, the 9, and I believe it's going to be the 16. They are all green. Here we go. And as they approach the start stripe and get past it for the first time, it looks like we've got 28 laps here in stage number 1. Now, this is going to be the big difference so far. On that bottom line, you cannot be pushed as the leader. The only pushing that's, whoa, we got some contact in the back already. See a bunch of swerving Irvins out there. Going to have to, get this all under control. All good, no caution. Damage is on. So if you get damage early, you're going to suffer. But the package I was talking about, the only place that you can push is up high. So here at Talladega, you'd be talking about the middle line, high line, and the bottom second line in, which we'll see where the 42 goes. Now, 42 is going to stay very much on the bottom, but if he was to drift up to that second line, he could be pushed there because he's not on the bottom. But once he gets back to where he is, he can no longer be shoved. Meanwhile, on the top side, you see the 16 a Trip giving that 22 a J-Pa a shove all the way around. So there you go. Normally, there's another big difference. Normally, the 9, he would stay on that bottom line and just wait for that train to come, connect with the buckle and get going? No such luck. 19 to 42, they're going to be able to keep it going. But as you can see, now the 19, he's not pushing that 42. No contact is made. 42 moves up. He wants to push. He can get it up there. That is the biggest difference. You will not see that long train of coming around the bend on this track with this package. They cannot push on the bottom line. It has looked like we've got a big wreck behind the leaders. I imagine that the first caution will come out here, and yes, indeed, there it is. So I hope that explained a little bit of it with the the cameras and telling you or showing you where they could and where they couldn't be pushed. I'm absolutely looking forward to a great race this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and back my audio down just a little bit. I think I was just a little too loud. Apologize for that. Hope everybody out there is having a great Sunday. Maybe watching the end of the actual NASCAR race or middle stage, wherever they might be at, and picking it up right here with Shadow's lead. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ready to kick this back off again. It's going to be the 95 with the 9 who is outside, 42 a Freak Wish Kid, and the 19 to his outside. There's J-Pod sitting in P number 5, 16 a Trippy. He's got those nationwide colors decked out on that black hood lid. And here we go one more time. Now again on the bottom they cannot push wildly. So this 95 is going to have to let off, otherwise get a penalty. So he cannot stay and just push that guy out there like he's doing, or like he was doing. Now there's a little bit of separation. J-Pod, of course, I'm sure he saw that and said, man, you gotta let go, 95. You cannot shove the 9 all the way around the track like what you're used to in the normal heat lobbies or what you might see in another league. These guys are doing a phenomenal job, and this is why you're seeing 2 and 3 wide racing all the way back. I love the sound of these things whipping around here, Talladega Super Speedway doing a phenomenal job. They had that one caution, but I would imagine as things go on and they get a little bit more comfortable with the high draft that's out there, I don't believe they're running setups. It's all across the slider, and we're gonna see great racing all the way throughout as they're 3 wide all the way through or getting into turn 330. I'm sorry, that was a 17 up high. Great job by him to keep it up in the wall and not come down into the rest of the pack to cause a big one, and that absolutely saved a lot of cars. 7 right now in that sucker hole underneath the 21 of TGMB's outside, or was outside, to the 88 of Unforgotten Shadow. Still plugging along double wide. Top line's got all the momentum. Bottom line right now, because the bottom is not the leader, they can push on the bottom side. But once the, I think that's the 7 car, if I'm not mistaken, it might be the 42. Once he gets into the lead, they gotta let go. So yeah, 95 shoving for all he's worth right now. 16 of Trippy, 9 up top, 78. They are doing everything they can. They've all got all kinds of momentum. And right now they can push all they want. But once that 42 sees that clean air, where he's no longer got the 16 to the outside, he's got to let go. 3 wide, going through the trioval. 88 of Unforgotten Shadow down below, or right behind that 19. 19 still has the 42 in front, coming down this back straightaway, screaming wide open. Everybody is double file, 78, 88, shoving that 42 for all it's worth. Red Heart Hero, thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it. Usually I've got a little bit more help than this, but unfortunately the guy that was supposed to come on up was unable to. So I am all by my lonesome, but this is normally the home for NNR. Tuesday through Thursday, their Truck Xfinity and Cup Series. Expert Racing or Vols fan. Somebody's normally in the booth with me. But man, these guys are the ones that put on the show. I'm just lucky enough to be here to watch it all and talk about it. Pop Bear, definitely appreciate you, man. No, this is not a pro league, Red Heart. This is actually a league that was created by the one and only Unforgotten Shadow. And the series champion will, at the end of the series, which I believe is about 20 weeks, that champ will receive a pair of tickets to Daytona in August. But no, this is just a random league with about 15 to 20 guys in it that are all here for a good time. They love NASCAR. They're competitive, and they want to be there at the end to meet me and Shadow and Papa Bear and Alpha York and Expert Racing and Vols Band and King Mathers and so many others. J-Pod down in Daytona come August. You see that big old train being pushed all the way around the top side. Again, everybody out there, if you're just joining, that is the only place where they can actually push. The bottom line cannot push if they're in the lead. They've got to let go of the draft, and only the high side, the second lane down or the third lane down, if we're talking about the tri-oval, can be pushed all the way around. Other than that, they've got to let go. So if you can get up to that high line, if you've got the nerve and you know when to crank that wheel left so you don't hit the wall, you can get up there and make a lot of hay, make some very, very fast laps, and oh, by the way, keep the guy on the bottom line behind you. Again, that is why we are not seeing one long train around the bottom line as you see in most other leagues during their league races here at Daytona or Talladega. Here at Talladega or Daytona, rather. So, yeah, by now, many laps ago, this would just be one car in front of the other. Instead, right now, we're watching J-Pod try to shoot the gap here in the middle with little to no help behind him. He's got the 16 to the outside, 9 shoving the 16 a trip. You see the 11 on the bottom, 42 up ahead. Right now, that 88 of Unforgotten Shadow, he's got no help. He's going to dive up to the outside, try to pick up that draft, pick up a little bit of a push, and maybe keep in the lead. And we are back to pack racing. They were separated just last lap. Now look at them. 3 wide up high, 42 up there, 9 up there, 22 of J-Paw on the bottom. He's about to get past the 16 of Trippy, and he's going to move himself into P number 4. Going to try to take the 12 to the outside. Beast right behind him. Again, Beast, big old member of that hashtag J-Paw Militia. Right now, 88 of Unforgotten Shadow. He's got that Camaro in the wind. He's got some help from behind, but they cannot lock bumper. J-Pod knows that. He's waiting for a little bit of help on the outside so he can get back up there. So we're actually gonna go ahead and work our way back up there. The 11, if he's locked onto that 88, as you can see, he's not. He's paying attention to the rules, keeping that right where it needs to be. He cannot push the 88. Now, however, if the 16 you see up there in the high right, if he's able to pull his way on up and the 88 falls back to second or more, then the 88 can be pushed back up. That is what creates the great 2 and 3 wide racing. Hopefully that gets a little bit better of a description. And I think I just heard that back door get closed. And if so, that's going to be the one and only, yep, that's the one and only Cinepuse joining in to come and hang out for the rest of this race, hopefully. Cinepuse, you got me, buddy.
I do, Pete. Can you actually send me an invite?
I absolutely can. Can you send me a message on Xbox, please? All right, so yep, we still got the 88 and the 11. They're nose to tail, but not being pushed. You see the 12 back there. You see the 95. So right now, the bottom line has a bit more momentum because nobody on that high side is really formed up. So even though they're not pushing on the bottom, they're able to keep a whole lot of momentum, and they're still able to cut that draft. There is that message from Cinepuse. I'm going to go ahead and get him in here right now. Let's see. There we go. New profile. Invite the game. There you go, buddy.
appreciate it.
You got it. No, thank you. I hope everything worked out with your connection. I'm glad you could be here.
Yeah, there's an outage out in my. It's causing a little bit of problems, but I think we hopefully got it going now.
Awesome. Good to hear. But yeah, so 88-11. The 11 is Nas Monkey 69. He's been on the back bumper of the 88, but as you can see, he is laying off. He's not pushing him. You see the 12 back there in P3. He hasn't moved as well. I'm going to guess that the 12 is probably waiting for a big old run to come from the outside to where he can jump on out and pick up that train and get back and maybe try to work his way to the front. Right now, Unforgotten Shadow, he's still in the lead, Cinefuse. He's got a long train behind him, but so far, nobody is really diving to the outside to pick this up and try to get around the 88.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely got some work ahead of him. The whole field is just in his rear view. Who's your pick to win tonight, Pete?
Oh boy, pick to win. Well, I tell you what, Dega and Daytona, they're pretty much a crapshoot. It really could be anybody from the field. So far up front, we've seen the 82, we've seen the 42, we've seen the 22, we've seen as well as a couple others. One guy I haven't seen charge to the front as of yet, and he always seems to get there at the last minute, and that's going to be old King Mathers. I think King Mathers is possibly going to come on up here and show that his championship last season was no fluke. I think he won that with about a 30-point margin, give or take. So we'll have to see if King Mathers can get on up there and do that. While I say that, I'm going to try to work my way through, see if I can find King Mathers. There he is. He's piloting this number 9 Hooters Camaro. Right now, they're thinking about 4 wide. You got the 20 down to see the 19. Here comes the 16 of Trippy. He just picked up the back of the 9. But you can see on the bottom, there's big gaps all the way through. From first all the way back, nobody up on that high side as of yet. It's kind of amazing that they're still able to do this and stay that fast. And just as I say that, King Mathers finds a hole in the back, and he's going to be able to fill in. Now there we go. It looks like he got slowing in the way in that 19. He's finally said, you know what, I've had enough. Got a little bit of a bump from the back. He's going to be able to hopefully find a hole and not lose the draft. But Cinefuse looks like it's too late. That 19 has he's lost the draft, and he's either going to have to wait until the end of the stage, or if that caution should happen to fly, get right back up into the thick of things.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate what happened to the 19 there. It's definitely a little weird seeing how this is panning out, seeing how we ran this a couple weeks ago at Daytona with Turn Down for What, and you saw that 2x2 racing. Not so much here. They're all staying in a single file line, and there's pretty big gaps on the inside line that's not really giving them that run to be able to go up there and make a move on the outside.
Now, Cinefuse, you just kind of hit on something right there, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you if I did. You mentioned that we ran this in Turn Down for What. We've run this in NNR. We've run this in a couple of other, I think American Ethanol ran it as well. Do you think that since this could just be the first time a lot of these guys are running this package, that they're just a little gun shy? They're willing to just ride off. They realize just how hectic, as we see a lot of these guys down below the yellow line, indicating that they're going to be coming into pits this time. Next time the 21 of Beast comes on by the start stripe, I'll go ahead and grab a lap count, see exactly what we've got left. And but do you think that these guys said, you know what, it's still early, we don't need to be 2 and 3 wide, let's back off, save our stuff, not get any damage, and race it out at the very end, as it looks like we've got the entire pack coming down pit road?
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's coming down, and I really don't blame them. But yeah, definitely. I think a lot of these guys, if they haven't ran this package before, it's definitely a new learning curve for them, like it was for a lot of us in Turn Down for What. But I think they got the right idea. If they don't want to go 2-3 wide, try to ruin their race early on. Definitely staying single file, not racing so much, and risking taking yourself out early. Even though you do have the cautions if they come out or the stages, but I think they're definitely playing it safe right now, and we'll see how it ends up turning out. Hopefully, we get some good racing either come stage end, or I know definitely they'll definitely want to dice some things up coming towards the end of the race here.
Yeah, Pop Bear out there in chat. He just put a big old question out there. Let's see who got black flag for speeding. Could definitely be a possibility. And of course, every time we see it here at Talladega or Daytona, the pit stop completely breaks up the field. Right now, it's showing, even though J-Pa, he's got some help behind him, and yeah, they're locked on. They are not the leader. The leader right now is actually the 7 car. I'm going to go ahead and try to find him right now. And as Beast and all them come across the start stripe, I believe we're going to see just about 7 laps remaining here in stage number 1. Actually 6 as he crossed the line. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find that 7. And the 7 right now is Boss Egeo. Did Boss stay pit early and just maybe short pit, grab a half can of fuel? Yeah, he lost the draft, but right now he is leading this thing. We'll have to see if he comes down pit road. Yep, he's actually going to go ahead and dip on down and come on into the pits. That's going to revert the lead back to the 21 of TGM Beast. Now, once Beast realized that he's re-inherited the lead, he's got to let go, and there you go. Beast pulled up sides to King Mathers, let me go. You can't push me anymore, and you see some of the cars coming on back to him. So here is the rest of the pack. Now they're back up high. Now King Mathers can recollect the back end of that Shell Pennzoil 22 and keep on pushing. So yeah, that's gonna put the 22 of J-Pa back into the lead.
Yeah, this is you're definitely seeing some different pit strategies from other guys. I want to see if it's definitely gonna be able to work out, or if it might come around and bite them towards the end. But I definitely know from my experiences at the plate tracks, there is really no short pitting to get that lead, because if everybody comes down and pits together and you're out by yourself, it's definitely going to be a train coming at you with 4, 5, 6 guys all in a line, and they got that draft coming. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see if everybody goes and pits together like they did that first one, or if you're going to see some guys make some strategies and hopefully bring a couple guys with them and see if they can give each other a good fight.
Well, we'll have to see if that fight happens. I mean, right now the top 4 have completely broken away. Looking backwards from the 9 of King Mathers, you see 3 other cars behind him. We know that's Trippy. We know it's J-Pa, and I believe that's going to be the 11. Not 100% sure. As you see the 16 of Trip duck on outside, he's hoping that the 22 would go with him, and there he goes. 22, actually, he took that run. He's going to pull wide. He's going to take it 3 wide. This is for the lead. The 9 of King Mathers still has it. The 11 cannot lock on because there's other cars, and he's right now the 9 is in the lead. So the 11's down there, a little bit of 3 wide. J-Pa, a little bit of contact. Howler, good to see you out there. Wants to know how many laps today. Howler, I'm not exactly sure how many laps in total. I can tell you right now there's only 2 laps left here in stage number 1 with the Shadow Racing League live from Talladega. Buddy, it's good to see you out there one more time. Looks like King Mathers is able to hold on to that point there, Cinepuse. But the 11, he took a chance. So did the 22, and so did the 16. I don't think these guys are racing it out for. I don't think they're done racing it out as we come to 1 lap left.
Yeah, I think if they're gonna have any shot at taking this stage from Mathers, they're gonna have to do it either coming up on the backstretch right here or coming out of turn 4. But if I were these guys, I'd definitely just stay right where we're at and settle with the stage points. Stage points are definitely a big thing, and I think that's what you're going to see happen unless you see the 11 try to make a move and hopefully have the 22 come with them coming to the line.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. 9 King Mathers came up off the bottom line. Actually, I might have been wrong. There might be one more lap after this. Yeah, in fact, there is. 9 just he washed up a little bit, thinking that the 11 might try to shoot out. No such luck. However, Syracuse, I absolutely look for a run like what we saw just a couple of short laps ago, where the 11 might try to duck out. If he was, this would be his time, and right now he's got to back off. He cannot push the 9. There it is. So the 11 backed off. Here comes the 22 with J-Pod to the outside. 9 goes up to try to block. J-Pod, a little bit of slight contact with the wall. 11 on the bottom. Now here comes the 9. He's still got the lead. On the bottom is going to be the 11. He's going to go ahead and take the lead. It's going to be Trippy to the outside. Nothing doing there. The 9 still not locked to the 11, so this is completely legit. 9's going to try to the outside. 11's going to come on up and block. J-Pod, no big run. It looks like it's going to be the 11 to go ahead and take stage number 1 with the 9 of King Mathers right behind. 22 of J-Pod in third, and the 16 of Trip in P number 4. Good race by those guys. Stage number 1 is now in the books. And Syracuse, we saw all that racing right there in that top 4 is because of the differing times on pit road. Whether some chose to take 4, some might have forgot to only take just enough fuel to make it to the end. And oh, by the way, those RNG pit stops that we see all the time. Some people might be lucky enough to get a 14.2 second stop. Others would be unfortunate enough to maybe get like a 16.2 second stop. So pit road can either make or break a leader sometimes. This time it looks like it all was in favor of the 11.
Yeah, it definitely was. And actually watching that final lap, I was riding on board with, I believe it was Mathers. And coming through turns 3 and 4, I was actually watching that pack behind them. They were making a pretty good run at it. I think if they had at least 2 more laps, I think they definitely would have been able to catch them and give them a good battle for the stage here. Instead of being a 4-car, maybe might have been 6, 7, 8-car battle for the stage win.
Yeah, it absolutely could have been, and we'll see exactly what happens this time. Now we're all racked and stacked back up. The 9 of King Mathers out front, 22 of J-Pop, giving him a big old push. 16 of Trip, 21 of TGMB's, 32 also behind. So now we got the 11 down low, and we are all back in one big pack instead of guys in the back pushing to try to catch up. We are too wide on the backstretch. Looks like they just took the green. It's a lap later. 11's looking down low with a big shove from the 78. Nothing doing there. That's going to be Expert Racing piloting that machine. 3 wide going back into turn 1, lap 2, second stage.
Yeah, you saw the 22 of J-Pod right at the very first lap there. He went from the outside to the inside to grab that lead. And I don't know if he hit the apron or what happened, but he ended up getting tossed into him, and we got a wreck on the backstretch. But he got bumped up into the middle and started losing a whole bunch of positions. But as you see, that top line is bumper to bumper, and that is completely legal with this rule package. They can push till they can't push anymore. Well, if that 11 ends up getting a run, gets past that 9, the 42 has to back off, and he's not able to push the 11 anymore. While on the top line, you can push as long as you want.
You said it absolutely right. Right now, that 42, he can lock onto the 11's bumper and push for all he's worth. Push until he can't push no more. I haven't, ran a restrictor plate race at Talladega or Daytona in so long on Heat 5. I don't remember if these cars overheat or not like they do on the iRacing side. So it looks like 21 of TGM Beast, I was just on him. Looks like he's actually ducked on down to, went up to pick up the lead. That's going to give the 12 the control of this pack. I did see that one car that you saw spin and go into the inside wall, but because it was off the track, the game didn't feel like the caution needed to be thrown. That's going to be very, very rough for the guy that's all the way in the back. Not only is he going to have some damage to deal with when going down pit road, either under a caution or under a stage break, but he's going to be a whole lot slower. And with the speeds these guys are running, you can absolutely bet that he's probably going to get lapped.
Oh, definitely. And I believe the car that spun was actually Killer's Phenomenal in that number 95, which is definitely a tough break for him. But Hopefully he'll be able to get lucky with a caution. If not, I hate to say it, but try and short pit and try to outsmart these guys and make it to the stage and try and gain some of those positions and hopefully catch up with the pack. But definitely some good racing going on here. It looks like you're going 3, maybe 4 wide. There's another wreck. The 21's around.
Yeah, I think that this wreck will absolutely bring out the caution to see the 21. And actually, it was Howler out there in chat said it was Yotes that spun early. So here is that big break for Yotes to go ahead and get that damage fixed and get him back on back up and going and be as quick as everybody else. Let's see if we can't maybe grab a quick word with the one and only Expert Racing, see how he's dealing. Expert, it's Repeat and Cinepuse in the booth, buddy. You got a copy, sir?
I got a copy, man.
Expert, we saw you on that bottom line shoving for all it was worth just a couple of short laps ago. How's the conversation been in team chats with the 2, 3, and almost 4 wide at times?
It's been crazy. A lot of us has been scared at times, but it's definitely been fun so far. A lot of speed in this 78. This 78 Camaro, and right now sitting in 4th on this restart. Gonna be seeing if we can get it to P number 1.
Well, buddy, good luck. I know you're back green now. You got the 12 right in front of you, 42.7, and the 9 on the bottom side. Good luck the rest of the race, man.
Thank you.
All right, big thank you to Expert Racing for allowing us to drop in on them right quick. Cinepuse 42 then, and the 7 now on the bottom. 9 to King Mathers, giving the 42 Camaro for Freak Wish Kid a big old shove. I hope he's got the guts to be able to hold it up there high, wide, and handsome. Not like old Harry Gant on any other cookie cutter track. This is Dega.
Yes, it is, Pete, definitely. And if I were in the 42 shoes right now, he's definitely got one of the best guys pushing him at a restrictor plate. King Mathers is definitely no stranger when it comes to pushing. I feel like he's definitely one of the best to have behind you in this situation. And the 42 is also in the best spot right now because on that outside, he can be pushed the whole entire time, while the inside, if he drops down to the inside, he won't be able to be pushed. So I believe he should be able to just stay right on that the outside line, and I think he's in a very good position right now.
Yeah, he's in a great position right now. Like you said, one of the best pushers was back there, but now it looks like the 9 of King Mathers said, I got enough speed in this Hooters Camaro to get up, get going, and try to get gone. They say Talladega and Daytona are the great equalizers. They do everything possible to be the right person that's made the right chess move or chess piece move to be there at the very, very end and grab that W. There is 10 races in the normal season, 10 races in the postseason. Somebody wants to be lucky enough, if they're not fast on all kinds of tracks, and grab that W early to lock their chance in at that pair of tickets to Daytona in August. King Mathers, he's already got a pair of tickets. He's set. He will be down in Daytona in August for winning season 1 as he's going to wash back up in front of the 42. Big run by the 12. They're 4 wide for the lead. Not able to sort that out. Oh, King Mathers was the big loser. Everybody else was able to hold on to it. Great driving, great track awareness for the most part after that was all done, not to completely lose it, spin out, and have a big old issue taking out the rest of the pack. Cinepuse, even though King Mathers suffered right there, was great driving by the rest of everybody else.
Man, I tell you what, I give all those guys props right now. That could have definitely ended very bad. If they made one wrong move, that definitely could have taken out the whole field in just one move. Looks like we got a wreck in the back here with 2 cars spinning. I don't know if that'll bring out the caution. Doesn't look like it right now, but definitely some good racing going on right now. You see the 21 in the lead as he drops down to the bottom. There's still 4 wide behind him. It is definitely, and it looks like the caution's going to come out right now.
Yep, everybody's slowing up. There's going to be a manual caution. J-Pa, big help to Unforgotten Shadow in this series. And oh, by the way, J-Pa will be down in Daytona in August also. But yeah, first manual caution of the day. I think I saw about 18 laps left here in stage number 2. Red Heart Hero wants to know how do you do these races, stages or main event only, and what percent is the race? Red Heart Hero, the race is 50%, stages on, damage on. The race tonight is under the full draft or strong draft or whatever you want to call it, and yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Talladega and Daytona is where you want to be in the right place at the right time. It's a lot of luck and speed at the plate tracks. But not only that, Howler, and also Cinepuse, you could either agree or disagree with me. At these places, if you've got a wheel, if you've got that shifter, you're able to do a little bit more. Now, these guys, they can't mess with the gearing because it's all on preset, but with that shifter, you can normally get up and try to get a little bit of an advantage over someone that's either using the paddles like I got or just the button on their controller.
Yeah, definitely. Being on a wheel is definitely a little bit of an advantage because you got that shifter if you're not using the paddles. So I think using the shifter definitely gives you just a little bit of that gap shifting through the gears and everything. So you might be a little bit quicker. As long as you're good and everything, it definitely is an advantage to say guys on a controller. You got the wheel, it's a little bit cleaner. Guys like myself, I'm still racing on a controller, but it is definitely a little bit slower when you gotta hit the buttons. Doesn't give you that good response time, and racing on a controller at these plate tracks, definitely just a little bit tougher trying to keep your line straight, especially through the corners.
Well, I tell you what, let's grab a quick word if we can with the owner of Shadow Racing League, Unforgotten Shadow. Let's take a look. Shadow, it's Repeat and Cinepuse in the booth. Buddy, you got a copy. Something happened. He had to go on back. Let's see if maybe we can grab a word with the 16 of Trippy. Let's try that real quick. Trippy, it's Repeat and Cinepuse in the booth. Bud, you got a copy? No, I guess he is in the Xbox party. Can't hear us. No big deal. Let's see. One more try. Maybe slowing in the way. Slowing in the way. It is Repeat and Cinepuse in the booth. Bud, you got a copy? All right, I guess he doesn't have a copy either. He must be in the, he's in an Xbox party as well. Well, that was their first manual caution of the race. Unfortunately, with all the cars that spun in the back, and the game didn't throw the caution, but because there was 2 or more cautions, they couldn't just let everybody go. No big deal. Pop Bear saying NASCAR update, 31 laps to go, 24 is leading. So let's go ahead and get back up top to that 24. Actually, it looks like it's going to be the 78 of Expert Racing. We talked to him just a little bit ago. The 9 of King Mathers down low. There's the 42. And it looks like that bottom line kind of holding way back. I'm guessing everybody else got a little bit of a slow restart, but that is... That's all right. So 78 of the Expert Racing, the 42 and the 12 Cinepuse, they shot off like a cannon, where the rest of the field kind of fell asleep on the paddles or on that gas pedal.
Yeah, it was definitely an odd restart. The manual restarts can be a little tricky. You can definitely get a good jump off the line with these manual cautions rather than the game cautions. But we definitely got a good battle going on. It looks like we got 1, maybe 2 cars spinning in the back.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big caution right here.
Yeah, that should bring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Caution is out, and I believe this would be a game caution. I'm going to go ahead and pull back up the 21 of TGM Beast, and yeah. So right now your top 5 is going to be King Mathers, Freakwish Kid, TGM Beast, Titan 007, Holy Nugget. Expert Racing is going to be P6. Dizzy Boy 4, he's going to be P7. Kills Phenomenal is going to be 8. Slowing in the way is in 9th. And NNR Trip in that 16. He's going to round out your top 10. But yeah, that was a pretty bad caution. Cinepiece, I'm not sure if you saw, but right after they all caught up to the top 4 that got a really, really good start, the rest of the pack caught them, swallowed them up, and there was nowhere for them to go. They went 4 wide in a hurry, and when you're all of a sudden looking at 2 wide, going back to 4 wide, it kind of makes your heart skip a beat.
It does. I've got definitely a lot of personal experiences with that same situation. It definitely gets your mind racing and your heart racing, because here you are racing 2 by 2, and all of a sudden you got 2, 3 more guys coming up right next to you, making it 4, maybe sometimes 5 wide, and you got to be perfect when that happens. One simple mistake, it could potentially take out the whole entire field.
All right, not quite sure what happened right there. 21 to TGM Beast got hooked, I believe, by the 12, and it's gonna result in yet one more caution, very, very quick after the other. Now, in NNR, Cinepiece, you may know, maybe you got this far in the rules package or not 100% sure, but in NNR, if you have a bunch of cautions, one right after the next, we go to what's called a modified restart, and first through the tail end will all start in one very long line, or they'll stay double file, but they can't actually hit the gas until the front of their car hits the start stripe. So we'll have to see if Shadow adopted and has that in effect here, or if we're just going to go right off the bat. I guess we'll find out when the green flag waves whether they go back under a pace lap and hit the gas once they're single file. But then again, there's expert out there in chat saying lag is becoming an issue, not guys holding their lines, just servers. And of course, we've known about server issues here on Heat 5 for quite some time. But when you kind of watch a guy get turned and it's not lag, well, that's something else.
Yeah, definitely. God, right now I'm feeling kind of happy about.
That wasn't a server. That was a guy moving from the top side down to the bottom side, and almost taking out the back half of the field. I'm not sure if that was a block attempt or what, but yeah, that wasn't lag. So right now you got the 22 at J-Pile up front. You got King Matters to his outside. You've got the 42 at Freakwish Kid sitting P3 and the 20 in P4, and that 7 car that was up front. Later in the run in stage number 1, he finds himself right now in P5. Some of these guys in the back have to do a little bit better of holding a line, but you know what? There's a lot of guys here that have never raced with some of these other guys before. This is their first time, so you got to give them a little bit of a break to learn it and be able to adapt to their surroundings. Be a little bit better with their track awareness, something that we're very used to seeing in NNR when the caution barely flies there.
Yeah, definitely. Man, I can relate a lot by all the different leagues that I'm running. You really got to be perfect night in and night out. It looks like they're going to throw a manual caution here, as I saw a couple guys wreck in the back. And but no, definitely to touch on what you were saying about their surroundings and everything. You are definitely correct on that. Especially at these plate tracks and like the mile and a half, you definitely got to be aware, and you got to make sure that that you're not lagging or actually give me 1 sec, Pete.
Yeah, go ahead, bud. Red Hart here. Thank you very much for coming out. Definitely appreciate it. We'll catch you some other time. Again, Monday through Friday is all about NNR, either on Xbox or on iRacing. And, of course, Saturday is Turned Down for What? And Sunday, right back here next week with Shadow Racing. Pop Bear, I see you out there in chat, but I don't see a 24 in the field, bud. Unless you mean the 42. Let me get up there. Okay, so yeah, you might be in the 42. All right. Okay, you're talking about the actual NASCAR race. Okay, I apologize. I'm like, what am I looking at? All right, so yeah, okay, a little bit of instability in the lobby. 42 up high. He's got 20 of Yotes King on the inside row. 7 right behind. There is that 24 out there. So here we go, back to green, and we're gonna set this off one more time. Sorry about that, Pop Bear. I didn't quite catch what you were talking about.
Yeah, it looks like the outside line got a good jump here on the restart. As you see the 42 duck down to the inside. You're going to see the 24, I think, get a good run here by King Mathers while he's pushing him on the back. So we'll see how this pans out. Looks like we got another wreck in the back. Two cars. We'll see if they throw a manual caution for that one.
I'm about positive they will, because I saw at least 3 or 4 cars have that issue. 24 gave the 20 just a little bit of a door check on his right rear, and actually at the line that time. That was the end of stage number 2. So stage 2 now in the books. Yotes King, he's going to go ahead and take max points for that. Howler's going to be pretty happy there. Dizzy Boy P2, Boss EGO P number 3, King Mathers in 4th, and I just missed P number 5. But man, what a great finish. We're gonna rack and stack them all back up one more time. Let's see if we can't get a word in with Unforgotten Shadow. Shadow, it's repeat trying one more time in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, bud. Well, saw you leading quite a bit. I know I'm not going to keep you long. I know you're
you're good.
Getting ready to go back. See the 95 behind you and the 19 right in front. We've seen a few cautions here as of late. And some people are saying that there's a little bit of lobby instability. Is it lobby instability, or are people just kind of getting a little overexcited right now?
A little bit of both. I kind of lag spike a couple here and there, but I mean, there's also I've been hearing the lobbies are not that well recently, so it could be a little bit of both. There's a lot of new guys in here, and some same guys from last season. Just one good race to get a feel for everybody, and we should be caution free for a long time.
All right, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and put you back. Thank you very much for checking in with us. Good luck as we watch you really drive from the back to the front. You got just the 19 in front of you now. 7 coming on down to pick you guys up. Good luck, sir.
I appreciate it, boss.
You're absolutely welcome. All right, that was a big word from the owner and operator of Shadow Racing League, Unforgotten Shadow himself. So Cinepuse, is good for him to take a quick second, even though they're all back under pace. 2 and 3 wide has been the name of the game, except for that stint where we saw just single file racing for about 7 laps or so at the end of stage number 1.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is where it's really going to ramp up here in this final stage. You're going to see a lot more 2-wide racing. I don't think you're really going to see much of single file anymore. These guys want to win this race. They want to secure their spot into the playoffs. I got the fortunate of already having a pair of tickets to Daytona, so I'm kind of glad I'm not in this race right now. I'm not gonna lie, there's been a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of good racers in here, but definitely, I think you're going to see a lot more lead changes, and we might see an unexpected winner win this race tonight.
Wow, talk about unexpected. Huge wreck in the back. There was 4 wide, followed by 3 wide, followed by 3 wide. There was no way without a little bit of give and take, absolutely holding your line like concrete, that there was not going to be a caution right there. Yo, Cinepuse, you know as well as I do, with all the success, especially the success I've seen you have recently, at these plate tracks, you cannot be wide open on the throttle all the time. You've got to give that gas pedal a little bit of a break. You can't keep it matted all the way around in these packs. You have to check up every now and then. Not only is it going to save your car, save the damage, and do all that, but you're going to be able to save a little bit of gas as well. Next time TGM Beast comes on by the start stripe after the caution, we'll go ahead and grab a lap count. But one of the people that really got wrapped up in that last caution was Holy Nugget in that 12. Good to see him back out. He's going to be very, very strong when we get back to these normal tracks, and he's usually got a pretty big following out there in out there in chat as well. 17 and the 22 got one hell of a start. It's going to be the 7, the 19, and the 9 to round out your top 5. 9's going to pull on down. Everybody got a bigger jump than the 42 did. 78 of Expert Racing, he's in the middle. 95 up top. There's going to be nowhere to go. You got to get on. You can't play. You can't. Yeah, I'll be able to talk one of these days. You can't play pinball with your car at these tracks. You'll end up taking out the whole pack.
Yeah, definitely. And to recap on what you were just talking about staying full throttle, you definitely at Daytona and Talladega, coming into the corners, you really want to let off to give that little bit of gap between you and either the guy in front of you or the guy behind you, just so in case a lag spike happens, or if they hit the apron, it's not going to cause a big one. But no, especially if you're in a big pack and on the straightaway, I tend to run half throttle. Save that little bit of gas. Give yourself a little bit of an advantage. With that draft, you're not going to lose much speed if you let off a little bit.
No, you're not going to lose much speed at all, especially since they're running the higher draft package. You're not going to miss much of a beat, if any. I mean, we just saw the 12 of Holy Nugget and the 24. They lost a little bit of a draft. Here they are now. They're all over the back bumper of the 9 of King Mathers. You see the 88 of Unforgotten Shadow up in front of him. And, yeah, even though they're dropping back a little bit, they're still not going to lose the draft. There is a huge pull all the way around Talladega.
Oh, definitely. And you see here right now, the 17 is pushing the 22, which is completely legal. The 22 is not in the lead yet, but once he passes that front fender of the 19, the 17 is going to have to back off.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. They cannot push on that bottom line once the guy leading has taken the lead from the outside lane. That's why this draft package means so much. It's funny, in NNR, in Turn Down for What, in American Ethanol, and anywhere else this package has been run, we haven't seen that many cautions. So tonight, I really am going to go ahead and chalk it up to just a lot of guys meeting up for the very first time. A place like Talladega with the high draft setting, with this draft package. A lot of them never seen it before. So it's a big curveball, but you know what? When you're staring down the barrel at 2 Daytona tickets for the season champion, all season is go time. You can't lay back at any point because there's just too many great drivers, too strong of a draft here, and everybody has, at some point, I really think, as you said earlier, everybody at some point is going to sniff that draft is going to sniff that clean air away from the draft.
Yeah, I definitely cannot agree with you anymore. You're hitting all of the nails on the head right now as we see the 21 move into the lead, especially with the prize of the pair of tickets to Daytona. You have to be perfect at every track that we come to in this league. You see the 88, the 22 is pushing the 88 right now, which it looks like he's going to have to back off as the 88 gains the lead. But definitely, I'm excited to see what's going to happen here, as it looks like we might be going 3 wide into turn 3.
And anybody out there in chat, or if you watch this later, if you doubt the legitimacy of those tickets to Daytona, don't have to worry about it. After the end of their first season, there we go. After the end of the first season, we were kind of curious, what was going to happen with COVID and the tickets and all that. Well, Unforgotten Shadow put everybody's mind at ease. Not only did he go ahead and buy the tickets at Daytona, and oh, by the way, at the price tag of over $4,000, but he also bought tickets to the infield pass. So, man, it's going to be one hell of a time. There's going to be like 20 to 30 of us that are going. Y'all see Pop Bear out there in chat. He's going to be there. J-Pa and his missus are going to be there. I'm going to be there with my missus. Rock NASCAR was given an honorary pair of tickets as well, as looks like we're under caution one more time. TGM Beast in the lead, J-Pa P2, Unforgotten Shadow in P3, Freak Wish Kid in 4, Holy Nugget in 5th, Kills Phenomenal in 6th, Bossy Geo in 7th, Titan 007 in 8th, let's see, we got Nos Monkey in 9th, and Slowing in the Way gonna round out your top 10. And it looks like Pop Bear actually just put out there in chat that William Byron has won this week. So William Byron, could he have just picked who's going to win this week? I said earlier I didn't see a 24 in this lobby. Well, he didn't spend a whole lot of time up front, but guess what? There is a 24 on track. There he is, old Dizzy Boy. I just mentioned that that he's the real race car driver William Byron just won at, I believe they were at Homestead this week. So now William Byron, he's checked into the playoff scenario very, very early in the season. Let's see if this 24 can do the same and Dizzy Boy can get up there at the right point at the right time. So we'll have to see. Yeah, Howler, I didn't get a chance to watch any of the race. And Homestead, I had to kind of second guess it, because usually right about now it would be Atlanta. But yeah, they shifted up the schedule a little bit. Here comes a big run, Cinefuse. 22 of J-Pod down low with a big old pull. Kind of, and the 42 right there with him. He took that slingshot around as well.
Yeah, the 42 is definitely taking advantage of that high draft right now. Coming from the right behind him, he's got that inside. Looks like they're 3 wide for the lead. Looks like, was that the 95? He is up in the lead. I saw him laying back in the back of the pack. Now he's working himself all the way up to the front as we see him and the 42 battling side by side. Looks like they're 3 wide behind him.
Yeah, somebody's got a big old lag spike, kind of a donkey kick. The 9 of King Mather's back right now, 42. He's got control. Here comes Yotes King down low all over the left rear of the 78 of Expert Racing. Expert up there in this Christensen Arms, number 78 Camaro. Yotes King now looking back to the outside. Will he take that draft? Nope, he's going to stay right there on the back bumper of that McDelivery Camaro. Stay right there in P2. Expert Racing down low. Cinepuse, we are back side by side all the way around, just like we were at the start. And next time Beast comes to the start stripe, I'll go ahead and grab a lap count, see exactly what we've got left here in stage number 3.
Yeah, we got, looks like they're starting to go a little single file, but if I was that 42, I'm going to give him a piece of advice. If I were you, stay on that outside. Yes, I know the inside is the shorter way around this track, but on that inside, you cannot be pushed the whole entire time. Stay on that outside where you can be pushed. You can be pushed the whole time. The inside is going to get a little bit of a run, but no matter what, you're going to be able to be pushed the whole time. So right now, they're a little single file, but I don't know how many laps we got left, Pete, but I think we're going to start seeing some bigger competition come here. We might see some 3, maybe 4 wide racing.
Yeah, stage 3, always the longest of the stages. Right now, TGM Beast is on the backstretch. You see the fight for first. It's not the 42 up high. I think that might actually be the 9 of King Mathers leading the point. And he's got a big old pull. Here comes the 20 of Yotes King. He's going to make that 4 deep on the high side. 42, he's going to go on up and pick up the draft up high. 21 cannot yet do that. Here comes 42 again, ducking down low at the line. There's 18 laps remaining here in the final stage. TGM Beast coming up, giving the 22 J-Pop a little bit of love into the left rear. Here comes that big old shove up high. 9 of Cuda, 9 of Cuda. 9 of King Mathers. He came up to pick up the run, bogged down that entire run that we just saw the 16 of Trip have. 78, 42 down low. Everybody following that 9 all the way around on that high side.
Yeah, definitely. I know there's still a lot of racing left. These laps do not tick by very fast, but I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say the 78 of Old Expert Racing, I think he's going to go out and win this race tonight. I think he's got a pretty good chance. I believe they have to make at least one more pit stop before the end of this race, so as long as he doesn't get a speeding penalty or anything happens in pit road, I think he might have a good chance at this tonight.
Yeah, Expert Racing could absolutely win it. Right now, the 9 of King Mathers, the guy that I picked when you asked shortly after you joined, and I apologize, I just realized I didn't ask you who you thought would go ahead and take it all. Or if you did, I forgot already with everything that's gone on. But you're absolutely right about the gas. There's right now the 21 of TGM Beast, he's got 13 laps left in the tank. And I believe at the last count, I said there were 18 or 16 laps to go. Now, Cinepuse, you've been in this position. It's been a while since I was. Can you stretch the fuel 3 laps by backing off the guy in front at a place like Dega, or you're just in the throttle too much to try to save that much? And one quick big thank you, Pop Bear. Thank you very much for those 100 bits. Absolutely appreciate you, sir.
Looks like we got 3 cars wrecking on the backstretch.
Well, if they wreck and they decide to bring the manual caution out, so far it doesn't look like the game caution it has been thrown. 78 of Expert Racing, 22 of J-Pod. They've been at the lead now for the last little bit. Can Expert get up there and get going? Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it on the bottom side. I think, like you just said, he's going to have to get up high, get the lead, and hold on to it. It's very, very hard to block 4 lanes of traffic here, especially coming through the tri-oval where it really opens up.
Yeah, definitely. And just to back up a couple steps before we had these wrecks happening, you were asking about if we could stretch fuel. That is definitely a tough factor when it comes to Talladega and Daytona, only because the tracks are so big. You definitely get all the draft and everything, but you might be able to save a lap, maybe a lap and a half of fuel. I just don't think they're gonna, unless they're saving a lot, I don't think they're gonna be able to save 3 to 4 laps.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think something happened in the back of this pack while we were paying attention to the leaders, because right now, I mean, yeah, can they pull themselves back up? Yes, but I'm seeing like the 88 right now of Unforgotten Shadow. He's absolutely lost touch. I think he might have lost touch anyway with the 21 of TGM Beast. But the more these guys catch up, let's see if this 88's able to pull him back up. Show you just how strong this strong draft is. Here he is, pulling himself back up. He's got the bottom line behind the 21. If the 20 drops on down, he'll be able to pick it up and grab it just a little bit stronger as they continue to check up if there's going to be issues. Huge wreck in front of the 88. Can he skate on by? Yes, he did. You just saw the 9 of King Mathers in that as well. And at the time of caution, it looks like it's going to be J-Pot slowing in the way, which I'd love to be able to say fast and in victory lane rather than that gamer tag. Expert Racing, Holy Nugget, and TGM Beast. So that's going to be your top 5. Yotes King in 6th. Unforgotten Shadow in 7th. Again, we showed him get through that caution. King Mathers in 8th, Trip in 9th, and Titan 007 round out your top 10. And oh, by the way, Cinepuse, now they're going down pit road. Everybody can make it from here on gas. Question is, do you take 7 seconds and grab a can, or do you take that same 7 seconds and throw right side tires on, knowing that you'll have to work your way through the field?
Oh man, that's definitely a good question. Oh, if I were them, I would just take the 7 seconds and just take the 1 can of gas. You'd be able to make it to the end. Tires really don't matter that much at restrictor plates until they get under like 50-40%. And even in that case, you still got the draft and you're still going to be able to keep up as we are going back green here, and it looks like they're already 3 wide in the middle of the pack. But definitely they're all going to be able to make it on fuel, so I want to see what's going to happen here within, I think, the last 10 laps. If we're going to see any more cautions, if we're going to see more 3 wide racing, what's going to happen here?
Oh, I think you mentioned earlier that business was going to ramp up. But I think you're 100% right about that. From this point on, it's pretty much take no prisoners. Do your best to hold your line. Do what you got to do to keep the guy behind you. But at the same time, you don't want to wreck the entire field and become the person that nobody wants to race with or race around for the rest of the season. We're going to come to a lot of short tracks. We're going to come to a lot of cookie cutter tracks. Daytona and Talladega are in the schedule, I think, at least once or twice. But man, you don't want to get that kind of a reputation early, especially if you're one of the newer guys. But yeah, there's about 9, now maybe 8 laps to go. And look at this for the lead. We got Holy Nugget on the bottom, 22 of J-Pa in the middle, and the 9 of King Mathers. Here comes the 20 of Yotes King, and now the 21 of TGM Beast with a huge pull. Big shot to the back end of Nugget, but they've got to let go. There you go. The 21 of Beast knew that he could not push the 21 all that way. Here comes Yotes with a huge run to the outside, and they are very, very separated going on back, and it looks like they are slowing on down. Manual caution number 2 on the day. We're about to see man, this is about to be a 6-lap shootout at the end? I don't think we've seen our last caution here, Cinepuse.
I don't think we have, Pete. I think we're going to see 1, maybe at least 2 more cautions. It's that with 5 to 6 laps to go, you're not going to see people wanting to stay in line and stay single file or 2 wide. You're going to see them want to make moves and get up to the front and win this race.
King Mathers coming up and showing a little bit of displeasure maybe with the 12 of the side of Holy Nugget. He's probably pretty happy that damage isn't on. He definitely could have made things pretty bad for him. 21 comes on down and gives a little bit of a shot to the 12 as well. I'm guessing a few people are not too happy with Holy Nugget right now. We've seen the 9 give him a shot, and now the 21 of Beast. Beast normally doesn't get rowdy too quickly, so something must have happened.
Yeah, definitely, and I want to see what's going to happen here. You can make it to the end, so you're going to see people pit, as it looks like a couple of them looks like we got, I think J-Pa is going down pit road. It looks like he's the only one that's going to be going down, so it'll be interesting to see if he's taking some fresh tires, to see if that might be able to give him a little bit of advantage, or what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to, man, I think this is going to be nuts. I didn't see the 21 really get affected by the 12 at all. But, you just mentioned J-Pa in that double deuce. Go on down pit road for some, maybe to fix some damage or whatever the case may be. I can only imagine that Beast being part of that, hashtag J-Pa Militia, that Beast came up and gave him a little bit of a shot for his buddy that's now down on pit road.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what's in the mindset of J-Pa right now. I know with the draft, he's definitely going to be able to hang up in the top. I just don't know if that was the right call coming down pit road this late in the race.
I think you kind of got to do what you got to do. I mean, J-Pa, he's strong. He's got that wheel. He's got that shifter. This package that we're running is through him, courtesy of Chain Graboid. If Chain was ever to come on out and watch a stream or whatever, I know the man is crazy busy nowadays. But Chain, man, big props to you for coming up with this. If you had people that helped you work out the fine details, man, it absolutely works. It puts on for some great racing instead of that consummate train around the bottom of the track. Rock NASCAR, good to see you, sir. How are you? Bud, you are just in time for a 5 or 6 lap shootout. We've had a couple of manual cautions, couple of game cautions come on out. Got the 12 of Holy Nugget that a few people are a little upset with, including the 21 of TGM Beast, the 9 of King Mathers, and a couple others. J-Pa should be catching up to the back of the field here pretty quick, and we'll have to see. But man, it is all about these last few laps. We've had several different leaders up here, Cinepuse, getting ready to go one more time. 12's control car, Beast to his outside, 78 of Expert, and the 20 of Yotes. That's going to be your top 4. Take us green, sir. Here we go one more time.
Yeah, here we go on the restart. We got the 12 of Holy Nugget. It looks like he's getting a pretty good jump. He's gotten the push by the 78 and the 42 behind him. So we're going to see what happens if the 12 is going to hop up to the high line. And that would be the preferred way you can be pushed the whole time. But you still got the 21 side by side coming to the backstretch. 78 still on the back of the 12. Looks like they got a little bit of bumping going on, but 12 is going to hop up to the high line, see what that happens. The 42 can push the 78 now. Let's see what happens here, Pete. It looks like we got the 17 in the wall, and that's not going to be good. Hopefully he can stay into the draft and hopefully stay up with these guys.
Yeah, definitely have to try. Beast now back to the outside. Here comes that 24, just like William Byron winning the race today. Can the 24 finally show what he's got and come on up here and show all these guys that have led the most laps all afternoon, hey, I can be up here with you as well. As Beast crosses the line, 5 laps remaining, all kinds of contact. 78 all over the inside of the 21. I'm sorry, the outside rather. The 21 of Beast. Right now, Yotes, he's, I'm trying to work my way back up there, get to the right car here. 1 second, I promise.
I'll tell you what, I didn't like right there. The big lead that the 20 had coming onto the backstretch, he had like a 4 or 5 car length lead, and as you can see, that really put a hurting on him as the 42 and the 21 are going to be battling for the lead. At these restrictor plates, you don't want to get a big lead because you've got that draft that they can just suck right off you and make a move on the inside or outside.
Yeah, so now Beast out front. He's got the 7 Brandt Camaro right behind him. As you just saw in that last screen, the 7 is not locked up with the 21. He's not allowed to lock up. So I would imagine that the 7's going to go ahead and just I would imagine he would anyway, lay back and get a huge run and try to duck to the outside. Now just about 4 laps remaining. I think we're coming to 3 here. Man, with all the way the action has been panning out, we could still be on the same lap when I said 5 to go, and I wouldn't even know it. Next time Beast comes on by the start stripe, I'll double check for us. But Beast right now up in the front, trying to hold off the rest of the field. 7's going to duck to the outside. 16 of Trip, he's going to jump to the far out. Here comes the 20 of Yotes. Here comes the 7, the 15, the 9 of King Mathers. He's going to go ahead and try to jump up to the outside and push the 16 of Trip to the win. Beast still seeing everybody in his rear view.
Yeah, Beast definitely seeing the whole field in his rear view as they were 3 by 3 for a couple rows, seeing everybody trying to battle for that position. It is definitely ramping up to be a good finish. As you see the 11 coming down and taking the lead, is it going to be 3 wide for the lead? As you see the 11, the 21, and the 16. The 16 is in the best position right now. He's got the 88 of Unforgotten Shadow pushing him, and you got the 21 with the 9 of King Madley's pushing him, so we are 3 wide for the lead. Looks like we're 3 by 3 for at least 3 rows deep.
Yeah, big. Tell you what, if that was the last lap, that would have been an amazing pick. I actually would have gone back off a screenshot and clipped that. Oh, 95 hard to the outside, knocking the 16 of Trip for a big loop. I see one other has gone around as well, and still no caution. 17 trying to hold on to it, hasn't quite been able to. And looks like 17 is going to go ahead and lose this draft and lose the race in without any kind of a chance to recapture it. Right now, 42, he's got the bottom side. 22 and J-Pa coming on up and giving his hashtag J-Pa Militia member a big old shot to the door. Caution's out. Caution is out. We are going to green-white checkers, Cinepuse.
Oh man, this is where it's going to get interesting. I tell you what, green-white checkered with this pack, it's definitely a good break for the guys that were just in that wreck. They'll be able to come back up. J-Paw, he's running up there in third. I didn't think pitting with that very few laps left, I didn't think that was going to be a good idea, but here he is sitting third in a prime position to go up here and win this race.
Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of these cars. We just saw the 17 spin out and get collected. He collected the outside wall as well as the inside wall, I think. And I don't see any damage on that car, so I'm going to guess that damage is actually off. So, it is what it is tonight. That does allow some people to drive a little extra aggressive. I think if we had damage on, we wouldn't have had these cautions. But you know what? Unforgotten Shadow probably took into consideration this is the first time a lot of these guys are racing around each other. No caution, stages on. We'll have to see. 22 of J-Pie in the lead. He's got the 42 to his outside. 78 of Expert Racing giving him a shove. The 21 of Beast pushing that outside. We're going to get 3 wide and get down and dirty before this is all said and done. But right now, J-Pie has the field in his rear view. There's no way he's going to be able to keep it there.
Oh man, Pete, here we go. 3 wide for second. Looks like it's going to be 3 wide for third also. This is definitely ramped up to be a good finish. As you see J-Paw, he's got a little bit of a lead. And they're wrecking it coming out of turn 4, so I believe that's going to bring out at least one more caution before they get to the line.
Yeah, we're going to throw caution one more time. Have a break of about 40 seconds to allow these guys to settle down just a little bit. We're going to take a break too. Guys, we'll be right back. Yeah. If you are still watching this out there, guys and gals, thank you very much for completely supporting my channel. I absolutely appreciate it. Man, we are far from done with these guys, I think. I think they're allowed 3 chances at a green-white checker. You might see all 3.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're going to see J-Paw leading. Yeah, you're going to see J-Paw leading this field, and I believe that's the 78 of Expert Racing to his outside. So, let's see what this brings come, hopefully, the final restart.
Well, we're gonna have to. I mean, J-Pie, he's hard on the throttle right now. 78 of Expert Racing to his outside. Expert has not been bashful about sharing his doors, sharing his quarter panel. One more wreck right behind these guys, and it looks like a few got collected. I only see one down in the grass, nobody else. So since he's off the track, I think we might stay green. But the guy that just got shoved out was the 21 of TGM Beast. 2 laps ago, he was up here leading, but right now 22 of J-Paw still hard on that throttle. He's got the 7 right in his back pocket. Is the 7 biding his time? Is he just waiting to grab that draft and try to slingshot around this Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang at the last minute? 42 got shoved down pit road. Here comes the 88 of Unforgotten Shadow to the outside. No caution so far. This looks like it's going to be the final lap. J-Paw at the line, and they're going to end it under caution. So I think the 22 of J-Paw just took it. Congratulations, J-Paw. You're finally going to go ahead and lock yourself in early, and you're already going to Daytona. So you didn't need this, but man, good job. The only other people to win stages were Nas Monkey 69 and Yotes King. So congrats to those three. They're going to grab some extra points as well. Boy, this is going to be a very, very interesting post-race interview, guys and gals. You're not going to want to miss this. I promise. All right, they're all going to be working their way back into the booth for our post-race interviews. We'll have some graphics to put on up here very, very shortly. Expert Racing, driver of the number 78 in all this. He's going to go ahead and create some post-race interview graphics, as well as starting soon graphics. So I definitely appreciate y'all for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, and keeping us company. Just waiting on our top three here, Cinepuse. What did you think of that finish?
Oh man, that was definitely what I expected. I knew it was going to be some good hard racing coming to the end. It sucks that it had to end under caution and everything. I was hoping that they would be able to finish it under green, but congratulations to J-Paw on that win. Man, that was definitely awesome. I would have liked to see if the 78 would have been able to make it, made a pass for the win, because I saw him just about coming to the line of turn 4. He was backing up a little bit, so I was thinking he was going to make a run to the outside and try to battle for this lead. But that caution came out, and definitely an unfortunate turn of events, but
yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Very, very unfortunate, but it wound up happening at the right time for some, and didn't happen at all for others. Like we saw the 21 a Beast end up getting kicked far to the rear. But man, here we are. So we got, looks like I see Bossy Geo, I see Nos Monkey 69, and of course I see J-Pie out there now as well. I'll go ahead and start off with P3, and we'll go from there. 2K Adrian the Goat, thank you very much for the follow, sir. Absolutely appreciate you. All right, so Nos Monkey, you came in P3, right?
Did I? I thought I came in. I came in second.
Boston.
Boss came in second. All right. Well, Bossy Geo, as you know, I'm gonna say it. Pride of old Nassau, Bahama. Buddy, good to see you back on track. I miss you over in NNR, man. I saw you in that 7 all day long, pushing either up high, taking the runs down low, doing everything that you could possibly do to try to be out of the hornet's nest that we normally see with a Talladega or Daytona race. You just happen to be at the right place, the right time. You position your chess piece where you needed to be on the board to, grab a bunch of points. And boss, you were in season 1 of this. You're going for a pair of Daytona tickets now for season 2. What did you think of your race? What did you think of the competition? What did you think of the aggression level? And then talk us through that finish, please.
Tell you what, it was definitely a up and down race for me. Got into a few wrecks there that sent me to the back, but kept patient, just stayed composed. Got some lucky cautions there to get me caught back up at the field. There was a lot of 3-wide racing there. Guys were really, really going after it, but I decided to just watch each guy how they raced. Took my spots when I had a chance and managed to. I was hoping that the 11 would have made a move there on that last run, because I was thinking that another caution was going to come out and that was going to be the end of the race, but I guess it came out a little too early, but still managed to come home with a P3 finish, so I'll move on to the next one.
Man, congratulations! It's like I said, it's great to see you back. It's going to be, I think, about a 20 race season, if I'm not mistaken. Good luck all season long. We'll be following you, man.
Appreciate it, man.
You absolutely got it. Cinepuse, you've got the Nos Monkey.
I do. Nos, you got a copy, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Man, I want to say congratulations on that P2 finish. Coming to the line on the last lap, tell me what you were thinking about as you were coming to the last lap, and what was going through your mind. How was the car feeling? Would you have been able to have anything for the 22 at J-Paw?
Well, I start off. I had a fantastic car tonight. Very smooth, very fast. And I had been working on runs all night. I got sent to the back multiple times, so I got plenty of time to test it out. And I was just waiting to come out of turn 4 and back off a little bit and come back and pass them. But the caution came out a little early. Really happy with my first run in this new series. I've raced with Unforgotten in a previous series. I'm looking forward to a really great year with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. And let's see. I'm hoping that this type of battle will be able to continue throughout the season. You're now racing for a pair of Daytona tickets, like Pete was saying. So let's see if you'll be able to keep it up front and hopefully get a couple wins this season and secure your spot.
Hope so.
All right, Pete. I think you got the chance for J-Paw taking victory lane.
Absolutely. Driver of that double deuce Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang, J-Paw. Welcome to the booth, P number 1, buddy. It's been a long time coming, man. How you feeling?
Pretty good, Pete. Pretty good. Feels good to win. I know I felt like I was in the catbird seat those last few laps being the leader, but it was only a matter of time. I was looking for the 11 to pull out, either coming out of 2, coming out of 4. Just going to get what I could get, because it's better to have draft in those situations when you need just a quick run through the field. I tried to get, some of the bottom work in there in the early stages. I kind of tried to get the middle working in some of the early stages. Nobody felt like they wanted a draft with me. So stage 3 came, and I just was like, well, I'm just going to ride whatever happens. And I just happened to get to the lead. That's a fluke caution there. We were coming to the white flag there at the tri-oval, and something happened at the back outside of the pack. So, that really changed the complexion a little bit of the finish. And just shout out to the 11 and the 7 for finishing podium, and Shadow, what he's going through and still coming out and providing us a place to come out and have fun. I was really hoping secretly I tied for pole with the 42, and I was hoping that he would have a little bit better run tonight. I think he got shuffled out of the lead late, but that's how this package is designed. You have to be there at the end, and you just have to take the ebb and flows of your positions throughout the race and just try to put yourself in the position there at the end, because in the middle it really doesn't matter where you come out of pit road, where you restart, because there's plenty of lanes to pick here at Talladega, which is more fun running this package here than it is Daytona, just because it's a little wider. But overall, shout out to the J-Paw Militia. Beast was there tonight, and UP.
No, I definitely appreciate it. I got to ask you, that second to last caution, we saw you take that 22 down pit road, and I'm going to guess you figured, there's no harm in taking 2 tires, come on out and try to really tear your way through the field. I didn't see exactly how you worked your way through the field step by step, but when it was all said and done, you made your way to the front, and you're able to hold the rest of the field behind you. Moving down the low side, moving up to the high side, maybe just enough to make them check up and not take that full run. We also saw at one point Beast come on up to the inside of who was that? Hold on, Nugget. and give him a little bit of a shot. We saw the 9 of King Mathers also come on up. He actually pulled all the way from the back to the front, gave Nugget a shot on the door, and then dropped back again. Were there some J-Pa, militia orders issued? Say, hey man, go show that guy some love, and then get ready to finish this out, or what was all that about?
No, I mean, I made a move on King Mathers there down the backstretch. 21 was up there, or 12 was up there, and he swooped down to the bottom to make it 3 wide. Well, then it's like we just got pinched there. Everybody going for the same spot, even though we were 3 wide. And it just really, you know how it works. The bottom guy is going to slip up. It's going to hit the guy and then work its way up. And me and Mathers just both, tagged the wall because of that. Mathers was pretty upset because he went from the lead to like 13th at that spot, So, I mean, you can understand the frustration, but, just a little love tap saying, didn't appreciate that. But, overall, it was still fantastic race. And a lot of comers and goers. I mean, that's what it's designed to help you not have something to talk about instead of watching us drive around the bottom.
Well, buddy, I think if I'm not mistaken, as an admin here in Shadow Racing, you've got a pair of tickets secured for Daytona in August. Definitely looking forward to seeing you and Shadow and Rock and King Mathers, last season's champ, and several others down there. Are you going to kind of sit back and take it easy knowing that you're already secured to take that trip? Or are you still going to go full bore and give that pair of tickets to somebody else?
You'll know by next week, Pete, when we're at Darlington, because, that's a track that you cannot sit back at, and you will see the 22 making moves, trying to, get up to the front. Who knows, maybe making a few blocks, trying to keep my position into those tight corners next week. So, no, I plan on racing, just as hard as I always would. And, just not putting the pressure on myself, because I am, like you said, I'm already going to Daytona. If someone wins, I'm happy for them. So, but yeah, I'm gonna give it my all every week. So.
Awesome. Well, buddy, congratulations. It's been a long time coming. Happy to see you get the W. In the beginning of NNR season, you got a couple wins, couple top threes pretty quick. Couple top threes pretty quick. Good to see you under the win column. And congrats one more time, sir.
Thanks, Pete.
You got it.
Appreciate it.
You got it. Cinepuse, my buddy, my pal for this afternoon. Man, thank you very much for coming out and making time after your internet wouldn't let you race. Last thoughts on what we saw tonight.
Man, even though I wasn't out there racing with these guys, I think it was more fun watching them trying to manipulate their way up through the field, trying to make all the moves, 3, 4. I think we even saw a couple 5 wide racing. Seeing how these guys can make it stick. Definitely a lot of battles up front, and man, it was definitely one hell of a race to watch. Congratulations to J-Pa. I really didn't think I think you guys had like 5 or 6 laps to go when you made that pit stop. I thought your race was going to be over. I honestly did not think you were going to be able to make it up through the field, but you definitely proved me wrong right there, and I want to say congratulations, sir.
Well, there you go. J-Pa with an Earnhardt-esque pit move, coming on down pit road with just a few laps left and able to work his way back to victory lane. Whether you're talking about senior or junior, at some point in their career, they did the same exact thing, but their luck was at Daytona. But man, guys and gals, thank you very much for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping us company. Absolutely appreciate it. J-Pa, who did we have out there? Also Pop Bear, and I think there's like 1 or 2 others. Thank you very much for the bits tonight. Absolutely appreciated. We are going to see you guys, tomorrow night. Actually, when I get to pilot my number 8 Silverado on the iRacing side from the Concrete Canyon. Old Bristol Motor Speedway is where the NNR iRacing Series is going to call home next week, but the Xbox Series is going to be heading to Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. So Tuesday night, 9:30 Eastern, the NNR Truck Series. Wednesday is the Xfinity Series, headed up by the one and only J-Pa, right around 8:30 Eastern. Thursday is going to be the time for J-Pa and the other Cup guys to take their turn. And then, yeah, Friday evening, right back with the NNR iRacing side with the actual Cup race. The points-paying iRacing race back at Bristol Motor Speedway. Guys, we will catch you again right back here next week with Shadow Racing, live from Darlington, the Lady in Black, the track Too Tough to Tame, whatever you want to call it. That's where we will be. In the meantime, we're going to share a little bit of love with our buddy Alpha York over on the iRacing side. We're going to go ahead and raid his channel, see exactly what he's up to. We'll catch you again next weekend. Later, guys.